afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master propaganda hero of defender of the fatherland, off here to a 1v1 on Bocage. You know that is DaPopeCoH, which is Pope, fighting here for the America, freedom, democracy. Rolling out here with the glorious 3rd Armored Division tasked with breaking through the German lines and towards Paris. With Rifle Company featuring Sherman EC8s, rifle defensive structures, advanced infantry equipment, M3 half-tracks, and white phosphorus smoke barrages. In the south, it is Prabuty fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Here with the 352nd Infantry Division tasked with holding the line, no matter the cost. With Spearhead, mortar half-tracks, panzer tactician, reconnaissance overflight, fragmentation bombs, and Tiger tanks. It's going to be MD42 versus double ration start here for Pope. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my patrons supporters. Without them and their support, the Propagandacast would not be possible. Big thanks to my own little company of heroes there. Other people can join ranks by pledging on Patreon, or they can donate by PayPal. Links are in the video description. Also, if you're considering pre-ordering Companies 3, you can do so via the link in the comments and use the code CoH2 in which case I get a part of the sale there. So that's another way for everyone to win-win there. And finally, your comment, like, share, subscribe to help keep the video being spread out to more people. So, double gun of these MD42, double reasons here from Pope likely indicates he wants to, light some Germans on fire here with the flamethrower upgrade. Second rifle squad there for Pope. Tank traps basically being laid down here in the west by the rear echelons. The M1 carbines ready to meet any Germans head on. Going the center with the rifle squad then east side. First engagement happening here as the rear echelons are caught there by the Grenadiers. Better damage there, but still can't easily close on the reactions there since up close under the right circumstances. They actually land a kill or two there with their M1 carbines, so they shouldn't be taken lightly. That sort of range, the reactions definitely lose out to the Grenadiers and their Car 98Ks. Rifle squad moving forwards there, second squad out for Pope. Things are heating up here as Pope hits there on Prabuty's cut-off point. Grenadiers caught out in the open, rushing towards a dead cow. Not exactly known for its great properties of, surviving being shot at. But there you go. So if I kind of working out, they're going to be pursued here, MD14 up as well here, but the Reasons managed to kind of get past, but they're taking too much damage. I don't think they managed it. And here the rifle squad's not looking too hot either there for Pope, and will also like to have to retreat soon here. Close to a wipe, in fact, here. Northwest points here for the Reasons here. Rifle squad here. Pioneers rushing in. They're going to try and go for a wipe here in the rifle squad. That would certainly help Pope quite a bit here in the early game, but no. Looks like there he avoids a wipe. Very fortunate there for Pope. Very fortunate. Prabuty there floating a bit of manpower. There goes Sniper. Bolty attritional style choice there versus Pope. Gonna bleed out this for Dante Americanon. Got the western point here. Rifle squad versus the Pioneer. Back enforcing. And the lieutenant's on the way there for Pope. I believe we are seeing some flamethrowers there indeed for Pope. MD42 doing some light damage. Despite everything, though, Pope maintaining good pressure here versus Prabuty. Actually got a fair amount of map control here. Flamethrower team sitting out here. Rifle squad getting moving. And the Lieutenant is almost done there for Pope, freedom, and democracy. Tech meanwhile on the way there for Prabuty. His sniper is ready. Equipped with the scope to give AR-43, though. I believe German snipers preferred bolt action rifles, like the Car 98K, or if they could get their hands on it, the Mosin Nagant. Apparently, there were a few cases where they actually used scoped Lee Enfield rifles they captured from the British. Fun fact there. Rifle squad charging on the DC. Already lost Bobby there. Sniper moving up there. 1 kill already. 5th kill filling up for Pope. Might see them try and hunt down that sniper pretty quickly. And I imagine Prabuty will just be going for 2-2 no matter what. But certainly will help quite a bit there versus an M20 rush. Flanking the M42 here though. Pope charges ahead here. For the free world, pushes back the M42 team, launching another flank here. Bit more to go before an upgrade these reactions here. Prabuty and the 352nd Infantry Division here finds his line here, buckling under the incessant American attacks from Pope and the 3rd Armored Division. Like to make a nice group there for Prabuty. Getting the car point there. Lieutenant Eastwood here. But yeah, that's a pretty aggressive dive here for a push from Pope. And certainly put a bit of a dent there in Prabuty's front line. 5th cal has also arrived here to serve a democracy, and we got the mechanized upgrade there for the platoon command post. That said, he's going to have to retreat here pretty quickly. Yeah, the sniper means just like any quick damage, and then a sniper kit shot can just quickly wipe the squad there. So Definitely makes things a bit more tricky for Pope, but even then he's like had a significant impact on Prabuty in terms of map control. He's definitely got his Teutonic opponent a bit on the back foot. Snammering about here. Trying to grab the fuel point here and of course make it harder for Prabuty to get his fuel economy going again. 5th coming up there. Guessing those M20 is likely just going to be the Stuart Light Tank for Pope. And that's obviously not a problem. The Stuart Light Tank of course is also quite good. Make no mistake. So yeah. Let's see what Prabuty goes for next. Will it be a 2-2? Will it be a Pack 40 here? What weighs most heavily here upon the mind of Prabuty? It is in fact the Stuart Light Tank here. Goes to the Pack 40 first. 5th Captain Gandisi and Unteroffizier Jürgen Leitwitz orders his men to fall back. Snarling up here. Going up here with the Maschinengewehr. Might be seeing a mortar half-track. Probably not, but it would be interesting if he did go for it. Eventually, that said. With the current fuel economy for Prabuty, I don't think we should expect a mortar half-track anytime soon. If he does go for it, obviously. Most players, though, typically rarely bother with a mortar half-track, even if they do go for a commander with it. West side, we got Raskolniks catching in the Pioneer squad there. Both squads equipped with flamethrowers, so obviously gives them some pretty heavy pushing power there against Duggan units. That does mean that Prabuty here could be highly incentivized more than usual to lay down mines, because Pope has got no minesweepers, apparently relying on the power of God and Christ to avoid any mines. Then it caught by the M42 in a pretty bad spot. East side here, we got the Gunnies push back the troops there, and Sniper in the center there pushed back after a nice flank here by Pope. Thumbs up to that. Pack 40 being hauled forwards. And we got the M51 Stuart Light Tank catching the Gunnies with its 30mm gun, and its action machine gun routing the Krauts. 2-2 on the way here for Prabuty. And there we go, mines from Pope on the curve point. Stuart rushing ahead here for freedom and democracy. Ambulance on the way there for Pope. Unira, Pack 40 on the move there. And we got the 2-2 out there for Prabuty and for Deutschland. Engaging there with its autocannon and coaxial machine gun. Enforcing healing. Ambulance right about the corner there for Pope. And democracy. Armor covering about there for Deutschland. 2-2-2, like the Panzer Speerwagen. Was based off a more, shall I say, civilian design in a sense. Like he's not combat ready purpose. That was basically, I think, a work covered in the German army. Basically just added armor to it and an autocannon. In fact, a lot of, like, the early German, armored vehicles were just basically, like, non-combat designs. They just up-armored half-tanks, for example, with tractors. They up-armored, like, 1-ton and 3-ton tractors, basically, and just turned them into armored half-tracks. So, fun fact there. And these going away for Prabuty. Going for some more infantry. Panther Squad would be nice to see there, but oh well. ND42 in the center here, close to Veterans 1. Mortar could be a nice addition here for Pope as well, and certainly could be as well for Prabuty. Stuart about to get a flank off on the 2-2-2, but there's a Pack 40 rear there. Good shot on the Stuart. The sniper is like pretty close within the danger zone here, if of course the sniper could be seen there. Almost got the Stuart here. Fortunately for Pope, Prabuty was not quite set up to pursue and get that off here. Ralph got flanking, they caught by the M42. Their flank wasn't sufficient deep enough that we got more troops on a slightly further off tangent that are thus not suppressed with the M42. But without further support here, Prabuty will be able to think, oh, he's going to just swing up into it. Alright, that makes sense too. Part of me suspect him up trying to go for here. We also got grenades reach for Pope. Thumbs up. Good hit on the MD42. They almost got a wipe. Sniper keeps killing away there. MD42 being pushed back. Could he get a wipe here? Very likely, but could he then get off with it? Harder to say here. Either way, though, the grenade here definitely adds an element there that Prabuty was not expecting, causing a collapse of the center here, allowing Pope to once more gain initiative here and punch his way through the German lines. Almost getting wiped in one of Prabuty's grenades, but looks like, well, maybe this time he does get the wipe. And to just add a bit of insult to injury here, to rub a little bit of kitchen salt into the wound, that was his Gunneer squad that already had been upgraded. So he lost the light machine gun there as well. The only way that could have gone worse if the light machine had dropped for Pope to pick up and turn against Prabuty. So Prabuty here definitely still having a pretty bumpy ride here. Meanwhile for Pope, we got the Stuart there Not quite fixed up, but close. And we got weapon racks being knocked as well here for Pope. Going for both weapon racks and grenades. Not a bad idea. Officers just, you know, I don't know. Hard to say on that one. Typically I go for like weapon racks first, get the upgrades, then grenades. But you know, grenades first, then weapon racks. Just got to balance and having at least some spare munitions for like a grenade here and there. So I think was the point I was trying to get into, but I kind of like, you know, flipped over my own tongue there and crashed my head into the table. Metaphorically, of course. Metaphorically. Flamethrower against a bunch of Germans. That certainly isn't taking too much damage here to really make much out of it. In fact, there's a good chance he will wipe on Pope's resistance. This could then cause the assault and a drop, which would be quite painful for Pope, but certainly helpful for Prabuty here. But no, Sniper misses. There you go. Barred up, Ralph's Court plus Lieutenant moving in against the Grenadiers, pushing the back here. Prabuty's position remains pretty awkward. We even got a Ralph's Court with a bazooka. Interesting choice there. Alright. Guess because, you know, the reason sort of more flamethrower oriented. He's got to like use a Ralph's Court, and I guess he doesn't want to use Lieutenant for bazooka either. Smoke being deployed against Info 2, thumbs up. Swinging the Pack 40, also flying around the grenades. Got a grenade off here from Pope, right onto Prabuty's men. He reacts in time though. Pack crew there, almost being wiped out here as Pope strikes hard. More troops pushing forward here, Stuart going in and flanking the pioneers. Lieutenant needs to be careful. Ralph's Court there, going for the anti-tank rifle grenade. He's going to go for an attempted knock out of the 2-2, which would certainly be a painful blow. But there you go, the Lieutenant gets cut to ribbons here by Prabuty and the 352nd Infantry Division, and there you go, the 2-2 is rendered into scrap metal here as the Stuart light tank fires a shot there, knocking it out. Stuart NU-42 now in a lot of trouble here. Ralph's Court also in trouble. Fresh Lieutenant for Pope, thumbs up to that. As the Lieutenant is just an individually really good unit. Prabuty responds to this development by going for more Grenadiers, more infantry to meet the American threat head on. Almost got the MU-42 there, very close wipe. Almost happening again, but once more, Fortune apparently smiles just enough from Prabuty to get that machine gun team out of the hands of the Americans. 5 kills into a light tank, slowly approaching Veteran 2. Map control remains firmly in favor of Pope. You could actually soon, I think, consider start taking up here. But it's going to take some time to get any tanks from that. As for Prabuty, theoretically also within range of taking up here. Medic bunker up there for the Germans. And here's the 50 cal. To pull that one back. Yeah, so far, not really seeing much of the commander. Not there's really been a lot of room for Prabuty to consider it.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
At all. Still Grenadiers here. Decent shot there against Prabuty's Grenadier of the 352nd Infantry Division. Which was probably the best trained and prepared division in Normandy by the time of the invasion then of Operation Overlord. As most others were basically, you know, mid-quality or lower quality, like the Bodenständige Infantry Division, which is divisions highly made up of Osttrupmen, other low-quality troops. 10 races in the flank, and we're going to see we've got the infantry fighting their Veteran 2 gain Sniper there, close Veteran 2, Stuart as the Grenadiers on the east side. Reasons right here taking a lot of damage. Sandy no smoke here to at least take off some of the pressure the infantry that tried to close in there. Great though for Prabuty, and there you go, gonna catch the second element here now. We do get a grenade and info 2 gunner there, and straight midst there could take at least a few casualties. There we go. But even then, the assault has run into significant issues here. The Stuart is finally arriving, but now the Pack 40 is ready to stop Pope's tank here. That is this Pope, not the actual Pope. The actual Pope, I think, doesn't have tanks. Might lose the Stuart here, though. That's going to be a very big helping hand here for Prabuty versus Pope. Last quarter advancing up the center here, back at base. No tech yet for Pope. Looks like the Stuart may just be able to get away. We've got Ralph's Court charging in the middle. There we go. Sniper with 20 kills. Scores a kill for Deutschland. Tech for Prabuty, sehr gut. And we got Pope as well there. Moving ahead here. But I think odds are pretty good here for Pope to get out a tank first, unless he messes up. And in fact, he could even, I think, get out an EC8 here before Prabuty has a chance to get out the Panther 4. In which case, of course, meet that Panther 4 with the power of Brad Pitt. My God, Brad Pitt, do you think I could get his autograph? I don't think he's here to promote his latest movies, Fritz. Oh, he never is.
Crowds are taking one of our points.
Pioneers wing about there for Prabuty. Almost got the major area there for Pope. Tech almost down there for Prabuty. A bit of quiet here now. Bit of quiet. Whilst on the west side here, still with just a bazooka but also a barn out. Turn him moving forwards with the BAR as well. The Browning automatic rifle. Sniper scores a kill there, 21. It's got a bit of double reaction spec up the sort of light tank here. Smoke being deployed here. Snappy. He's been caught with the reactions to it though. Bit forgotten here, in fact, about to lose reasons. Got Dove to retreat here as Prabuty realizes his right flank is looking pretty exposed as he weighted his defense, I think, too heavily in the west, perhaps. Could argue that. Unless he was planning to make a boom for the fuel pump, we'll have to see. Pope now pretty much able to go for the EC in like a second here too. Yep, there you go. You just need to press that button and he is within reach of rat pitted goodness. There we go, EC on the way. Prabuty, we do get that DaPopeCoH going up there for Deutschland. Another killer from the sniper from the 50 cal pushing it back. Take 2 points whilst we also got a good lead for Prabuty so far. 138 to 341. Prabuty's position certainly precarious in a lot of ways here. As Pope has been a fairly aggressive attack here, that's been able to like play around with the map fairly well. Not getting too reliant on just, you know, meat grinder tactics, which is definitely like an issue with some players. Plus he's got that EC8 almost ready. 27 kills on the sniper. Jason's only to retreat now. Go. Got the EC8 out here for Pope. Just needs the tank commander. Panther 4 halfway down there for Prabuty. And he's been caught here on the west side, so trying to outmaneuver here. Pope's left flank doesn't quite work out, and send him before 2. They're holding up an American assault. Could see some smoke here. There we go. You see it rolling forwards. The Major's on the flank here. A lot of fighting here and there. A lot of engagement on the west side that goes back to with the Steward. There we go. Rat Pit at the front line. With that EC8. Turning up the west side here. Going straight for the sniper here. Pope is on the offense. Hitting the carve point again. These side the gun is going to retreat here. As Rat Pit moves inside, opens up the gun, and the gun is going to force them back here. Panther 4 though has arrived now here for Prabuty. That's his Pope. You see it rushing forwards here. Almost got the Stewart there. Ooh, the Panther Vows. Yeah, did a bit of damage to the EC8, but that's about it. Obviously didn't get any engine damage in. Need to do more damage there before you can do that. EC8 quick repositioning. Straight for the fuel point again. Straight off to again just messing here with Prabuty's fuel economy. Panther 4 roaming about there for Deutschland. Castle is out in the open. Good shot there. Down to just 2 men here. Got a wipe.
We lost an infantry unit. They got wiped out.
Down the center there. Almost got the 5th count. Another pack 40 for Prabuty. Clearly showing he is terrified here of the EC8 and Brad Pitt. He needs more anti-tank guns to stop this American menace. Zooming at the west side here for Pope. 9 kills, slowly approaching the ace level. 266 was 138. Lead for Pope remains quite heavy there over Prabuty. And the 352nd Infantry Division, 7th Grenadier Company. Forwards. Trying to them forward to here. Almost ace low on that sniper. The Panther was closing in the veterans one, so that's not shabby there for Prabuty. There, go to the strat and center push back there. Prabuty's machine and give out crew. Pope's closing in the middle, calling another easy hit, which is definitely going to make things tougher there for Prabuty's Panzer 4. And they're going to use it, getting Ludwig and Rudolf. Panther 4 with the student ring up here as well, engaging the Panther 4 shot actually went through the frontal armor. EC8, they're ready to engage, and there we go, great shot, they're right through the side arm of the Panzer 4. He's being suppressed with the 50 cal, close to execution on that crew here. And Prabuty is pretty quick to pull a Panzer 4 out of that one. Could go for Stuke to help deal with the EC8, and particularly was worried about more EC8 soon, and Stuke would be a very handy addition here for Prabuty, but more likely going to go for another Panther 4. I suppose he might be bold enough to try and go for a Tiger tank, and apparently Pope, they had a bit of issues. I think he was trying to go for the Scot, but someone kept calling in the Steward. I was definitely a bit surprised it was looking like I was going for Steward at this point in the game. Yeah, going for the Scot here. I mean, that's definitely going to help us as a pack, but then again, you just go for like another EC and then deploy smoke aggressively and charge right at them, but certainly having a Scot is definitely not a bad choice. There's a reason it's popular. It is quite good for some fairly, cheap self-propelled artillery. It is really good. I mean, 260 manpower, 75 fuel gets you some pretty good value on that one. So Prabuty seems to be stabilizing somewhat here versus Pope. Could go from Panther 4 more here. Now to see what Prabuty decides on. Panther 4 with the damaged engine. Scott ready. Also, it might be worth considering if a Pope calls to switch out some of the crews with the, say, EC80 or even the Scott, like getting the Steward crew into that. Either of those could be quite helpful for Pope versus Prabuty, and there you go. Prabuty decides not to go for a target tank, goes for another Panther 4. Honestly, that makes a ton of sense. Pope, though, of course, is no slouch and scores another white piece. Prabuty's just occupied elsewhere. Grenade there. Completely rips apart Prabuty's Grenadiers. Another Panther 4 on the way there. Support from the nearby 2nd Panzer Division. That's the 352nd. As an infantry division, of course, would not have access to Stuke or Panther 4s. It did have access to some Stukes, though, as part of its tank destroyer company. Fun fact there. This was roughly around that time that Guderian finally able to push through some kind of control over assault guns. Not huge, but, indirectly he could start using them as, tank destroyers. And again, they were assault guns, but, he didn't really care about that. Key point was just to control them, and so, basically would just add Stukes to the tank destroyer units of infantry divisions, that way bulking up most of the infantry divisions a bit there. Either with Stukes or with Hetzers. Fun fact. Studio about to get knocked out with the Pack 40. The Hetzers would arrive first on the eastern front rather than the western front.
Ready, Sam. Sherman ready to go. Shake it out.
40 of the Ralph spot in the 50 cal. Quick grenade on the infantry 2 there, caught out of position. Nearly avoids a wipe here, close call there though for Prabuty. Another grenade squad for him, maintaining good infantry strength there. Meanwhile, Pope just sticks to 3 infantry squads here. And stuff as a wipe as his 5th cal gets wiped out. He's also lost the Eastern squad there. Pope probably should consider some more infantry soon, though I imagine his priority right now is another EC8, and that's honestly, I think, also a really solid choice. But I think after that, he should consider some more infantry to help push against Prabuty. Who go for the captain just for the Thompson on him, but also get out an anti-tank gun. And another hit here on Pope. Really starting to hurt here. Great though for Prabuty. Panther 4 gaining veterans 1 here as Pope men out in the open, getting hammered at the Panther 4s and routed. Got this for 1 kill. Still not doing anything with that Steward crew, I think, to help boost his other tanks. I feel like that is a slight oversight here by Pope. And certainly I think, Manny so looked at possibilities to leverage a strong early game into the better again mid-late game, because again, switching that crew into something like the Steward or the EC8 can then mean again they hit the better levels of efficiency fast, and that can also be a significant advantage. 5th cal destroyer there. Prabuty wants none of that American Scheiße. I can't believe the Americans fight with this crap. I can. Yes, Jurgen, we heard you. You see, they're waiting with Brat Pitt aboard. Yeah, Pope's infantry is definitely starting to bleed out here in the face of Prabuty and Deutschland. Sniper there with 44 kills. Here's the advantages and Lieutenant. I've got in pummeled with the Panther Force, Scotland with 5 from the Pack 40 here. He said here punish push forward there back as Pope advances for democracy. Catch from after they're pushing back. Here's swift shots here from the Panther Force, unleashing heli upon Pope's unfortunate infantry. Could get another wipe here. Chance of looking increasingly high here. There we go, full wipe here. Could have maybe tried to plunge smoke from this EC8, but again, Pope seems perhaps a bit unsure as how to proceed from here now that he's kind of lost initiative. He's in fact gone for the captain, now he's going for the anti-tank gun. Kind of getting some infantry out there. Thumbs up. Also bring on the anti-tank to help deal with Prabuty's panzers. Definitely looks like Pope has been rattled a bit here by Prabuty's recent successes. This is definitely helpful for Prabuty, not just because of, the successes, but if Pope is starting to get uncertain, going more defensive, this gives Prabuty more initiative. Which could, if he's then smart, be utilized to further inflict losses here upon Pope. Out the EC8 there. So there you go, M1 anti-tank there for Pope, freedom and democracy. Pope still has a lead here with Prabuty in terms of victory points, but things are definitely starting to look a bit awkward in other ways. He's advancing yet, right into the Stewart and the Scot. Air recons over Prabuty, looking, I think, for the best angle to attack Pope from. But also imagine spot first anti-tank guns. Got the monitoring ready for Pope. Third pan for Prabuty, shot bounces. That's kind of lucky there. He's hitting up the flank here. 1 kill, veterans 1. Still keeping the veteran crew in the Stewart. Yeah, again, I feel like he should be pumping out into the popping them over to either EC or the Scot here. We'll go up with the Scot. We got a few losses inflicted, but Prabuty is undeterred. He moves ahead here for Deutschland. Orders another sort on this for downtown Lincoln, and there you go. Panther pursuing the EC Stewart light tank. He almost got it. The captain here being caught with the Panther Force, and he's just being ripped apart here under intense machine gun fire. Of course, the high closure shields of the Panther Force here, as Prabuty and Deutschland strikes hard. One of these, they're being pushed back. Almost got the captain. And there he goes. High closure shell finishes off the poor sod. Pope is down just 2 infantry scores. We've got white phosphorus now being unleashed here. Pope is just frantically just throwing everything he can here at Prabuty in the hopes of buying time. The question is, what is he buying time for? What is the plan of Pope to turn this around? Feels like he's gotten a lot more reactive here, which further just concedes initiative on a strategic level to Prabuty over Pope. So there definitely think needs to be a rethinking here from Pope. We've got another EC on the way now. Scott with 5 kills, Stewart being pulled back for repairs again. 198 versus 376. Prabuty with 3 Panther 4s is definitely a threat to be taken seriously, because one of them actually very close here to Veteran 2 and the Schutzen. Being bad in the east here by the Scot. Force from healing. Could also consider upgrading his liaisons with some additional weapons, since they can have more than just the flamethrower. Machine gun in trouble with the EC8 and Brat Pitt. That said, Brat Pitt can have an issue with 2 Panther 4s. Possibly even 3 here.
Sherman ready.
Go, second EC8 ready there for Pope.
Send your orders.
Shot bounce off these heats armor. There we go, Panther 4 gaining better 2 shots and added. Grenades from the center there, but Prabuty's going to use dodge the nicest. Scott taking hits here. Could blitz in there, I think. There you go, Scott down. Scott down. Quite a blow there to Pope, removes his artillery here, And now Prabuty is really in the offense here against Pope. Looking really bad here for the Americans now. Whatever success he might have had initially are deadly vanishing here in the face of Prabuty and Das Vaterland. With an understrength Panzer IV platoon here, he definitely, I think, holds the upper hand here versus Pope. Also, having a lot more infantry plays a big role. There you go with that. Pope concedes. He lost for freedom and democracy, a victory for Deutschland. Initially, again, he had the advantage. I think also, for the most part, kept up good momentum, but I think some issues crept in for Pope. Again, could have switched crews from the Stuart to something else. Could have been a bit more accurate, things at times at flanking later on. Again, I think he lost a bit there. Plus, I think he should have pushed for another E8 faster than the Scot there. I think that was a bit of an issue there. And again, more early on, I think could also been helpful for Pope. Prabuty, I think, yeah, he did pretty well there. Slowly turned the game around against, Pope and punished him. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell friends, tell family, but don't tell enemies. This is Imperial Link saying cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope you'll tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.